Hello and welcome everyone to our Agile Boston podcast for July. I'm very excited to be speaking with Heidi Araya today, who's going to be presenting in our Agile Boston virtual meetup on July 24th at noon. And we are going to be talking about something that's really, really important, especially if you're in an Agile role right now. You're not going to want to miss this talk.
Yes, absolutely. So having been in an Agile role myself, from a Scrum Master, Agile coach to leading Agile transitions, I saw that the world was going to change. And so I was prepared for that. And so definitely, I'd love for folks to hear what I have learned over the past 3 years as I've been diving into this, how our roles will change and how we can thrive in an AI-powered world.
So Heidi, I was talking to Jeff Sutherland in a previous podcast, and he was explaining how AI is changing the landscape of the development in the agile world, and and he believes it was the thing that was most responsible for why jobs are changing and why people are losing jobs right now because they don't have that AI background. Um, yeah, tell us what you're thinking in this regard.
Well, that's very interesting, actually, because the data shows that it's not actually AI. The reason for layoffs is not actually AI. There are a lot of other things at play here. So, you heard a lot about COVID overhiring. Well, now we should all be back to normal. There's things like higher interest rates. So for the first time since the tech boom, so way back in like 2000, we've had higher interest rates. Since this is the highest interest rates have been since then. And of course, software has grown massively since then. So the higher interest rates are actually impacting companies who would leverage those interest rates for loans to hire more staff, but now they can't. There are other factors like tax law changes at the end of 2022. And without going into a bunch of details, they can't expense all of those salaries anymore that they used to be able to. So there are a host of other reasons. AI is actually not a major factor. It's too early for people to be laid off because of AI. And I feel the component there that might be relevant for folks to be aware of is I do feel like companies are preparing for AI, which means they're preparing for uncertainty and change. And so they might want to shore up their cash reserves, both because of tax law changes and that they just want to have more cash on hand. But because for the investments in AI, but like people aren't being laid off right now because their jobs have been already replaced by AI.
Okay, there's a lot of anxiety in the industry about a lot of jobs, a lot of agile jobs being lost, Scrum Master jobs, product owner jobs. Um, and so what do you think is the main reason why?
Well, actually, so despite the value of the jobs in the Agile, like Scrum Master, Agile coaches, and so on, a lot of companies think that they are Agile already. And so why would you need someone as a coach? Like, that's just the way we work. They do need the help, but the point is that they don't think they need the help. So I've actually seen this coming for like 3-4 years. And the only thing that stopped me is I was wondering, what the heck do I do now with my career if I'm not doing this Agile stuff? Like, these are jobs that we love and we want to help people get better at their work. And the problem now is that, and I wrote about this last year also on LinkedIn and a post was companies are now viewing Agile skill set as a feature of another role instead of as a product. And so I think that's one of the major shifts that I saw happening as they're looking to cut expenses as well, but also why do we need someone? Everybody knows this is just the way we work. People coming into the workforce today have not been in this big waterfall world like we did back in the 90s and early 2000s. So I think there's lots of factors at play there.
So in your presentation coming up next week, um, is it fair to say that you're going to teach us or some key points on how to be relevant in an AI powered world now?
Absolutely. So this is the first time I'm sharing my very personal journey and how I had to evolve myself multiple times over the past 30 years. Of course, as you know, and I've been a part of the Agile community for many, many years now, I had to evolve away from the Agile community to remain relevant. And those kind of lessons that I learned over the past few years of trying to remain relevant, seeing the future coming, and what skills have stood me in good stead and what will stand others in good stead as well as we go to an age of extreme uncertainty and a world that's going to be powered by not only AI, but other advanced technologies. So those are all, I'll be covering all those in the talk.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Can you give us a little preview about some of the things you might be covering?
Yeah, so I've distilled the skills, like the future needed skills, down to 6 different skills. And so I don't want to give away all of them.
Yeah, a good way to secret sauce.
But
Yeah.
but one of them actually is, I'll touch on one of them because I think it's important, is community. So of one of the 6 skills, say you're looking for a job or you're looking to remain relevant, go out there and get inside the community and really participate, because when the chips are down and when things change, who is going to be there to help you and assist you and guide you? And it is your community. So whether people are looking for a job, there's a thing called the JSC job search community. And I talk about that a little bit in my talk, that will help other people find a job. But also me as a business owner, I now go out into my local community to network so that people know I exist. And when they think of like AI, oh, I have to call up Heidi. So community is one of the 6 skills, and I look forward to sharing the other 5 with folks in my talk.
Perfect. Perfect. So that's going to be great. I can't wait for it. And again, for all you out there, Heidi is going to be presenting at our Agile Boston virtual event on July 24th at noon. You can go on our website, or you can, if you're on our mailing list, you'll receive marketing emails. You can also watch this video on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also Heidi's talk will also be recorded and at a later date also be presented up on our YouTube channel as well. So Heidi, I can't wait to see you next week and hear about the other 5 skills that we need. I have a very similar journey in journeying away from Agile a little bit, as the market has changed for myself as well. So I'm really interested in hearing about your story also. So thank you very, very much for accepting our invitation. And again, can't wait to see you next week.
Can't wait for next week. Yeah. Thanks, Joe. I'll see you then.
Everyone, have a great rest of the day.